Welcome to the Meaningful Mediation Podcast, the place where leading lawyers and negotiators share their best tips and strategies for mediation and negotiation. I'm your host, Patrick Russell, a full-time Florida mediator and lawyer. My goal is to help you have an effective and meaningful mediation. Each episode will provide you with real-world strategies and tips to help you negotiate and mediate with confidence. Let's get to it. Well, let's talk about that. The little preparation before. So you mentioned that you like to prepare. That is, your hard work is one of your mantras of your success. So how do you prepare for mediation as a plaintiff's lawyer? Walk me through what your process is. And what do you think most lawyers may skip that they shouldn't?
Well, the basic principle is that the decision makers on the other side, they need time to digest your material. My goal is when I get a mediation set, I try to get everything that I think the other side needs at least 30 days out. That's why you'll see from me, now I have summaries. I use FileVine with the AI, and I use Perplexity with the AI. And I do very detailed summaries of what the cases are about and what the damages analysis is. And I share it. I don't hoard it as work product. There's no such thing as springing anything on anybody in trial. I don't hold stuff back because I think that's counterproductive. So you mentioned it. Preparation is the key. A fancy detailed demand letter usually has been done a long way before. And then you need to get something of a summary together that has any of the recent developments. You can't walk into a mediation and say, oh, they just had surgery last week. Nobody's prepared for that, and it's not part of the evaluation. And if it's not in the materials that you provided to the other side in time for them to report on it to the adjuster, you're not going to get it anywhere. I won't mediate a case less than 30 days after the plaintiff's depositions, or less than 30 days after a key witness, like a physician or something, is necessary for evaluation, especially if I think it's going to go well. Now, I had a case, a brain damage case that I wanted millions for, that I just had to settle for $100,000 because the engineer that I hired did not do well in his deposition, and I was counting on that witness to really show the other side, who are engineers, that we were going to coherently make the case of the violations of the standards that I was being told all along. So now my client and I are lucky to get out with our skins.
One of the perils of being on the plaintiff side.
That case mediated twice and failed. Yeah, I mean, those are the vagaries of litigation. But I think the key is to make sure that the mediator has a detailed summary that, I've been going back and forth about whether to do a fancy PowerPoint presentation. We also have a mutual friend who makes his living doing those. And he's a trial consultant, and he's been pushing me to do these 40 and 50 slide mediations that take an hour to get through, or 45 minutes. And I'm seeing the attention span on the other side is about 15 minutes. So they've got to have the materials. They've got to see that I can make the points, address the defense points in 15 minutes, and the damages. You got to do liability and damages in less than 20 slides, and finish your talk in less than 15 minutes. And if you can do that, at least you will have communicated to the other side that you're prepared and that they have the materials that they need.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Meaningful Mediation Podcast. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Additional episodes can be found on YouTube and your favorite podcast channels. Until next time, less dispute, more resolution.